Dharam support. The devotees, my dear colleague Pandit and my other colleague then, Pandit Kumar, many of the devotees, welcome to Sanatan Dharma Mandir this morning. It's a great morning to be here to humble ourselves at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, to the Devis, to the Devas this morning. More so than anything else, many of you have left here with so much of an elegant vibration that you have touched all in some way. Today we once again have the Vyasya this morning, Pandit Persad, that came here from Florida to give us his divine knowledge. Once more, Pandit Neil, Vyasji, welcome this morning, and we await your divine knowledge this morning. So Vyas Maharaj ki Jai.
Thank you, Vyas. Check, mic check. Testing 1, testing 2. Mic check, testing 1, 2. Check. Just mic check 1, 2. Sitaram. Namaste, Jai Guru Datta, Sat Sri Akal, Om Sai Ram, pranams to each and every one of you. Panditji, Pandit Keraji, Master of Ceremonies, thank you for the warm welcome. Pandit Seshji, Pandit Nankumarji, other Pandits, members of the Kirtan group, and those of you joining us virtually as well all over the world this morning, wherever you may be, morning, evening. We have viewers all the way in the Far East as well. It's night there. We say to you, Swagatam. Welcome to our Sunday morning third session of Bhakti Gyaan in this culmination of 3 sessions of Yagya here in the beautiful Sanatan Mandir. As always, as we prepare ourselves for devotion this morning for the next maybe hour and a half or so, let us sit upright. Take a deep breath. Gently close your eyes, remember to clasp your hands, and as you exhale, you drop the shoulders and relax. Just let all the tension, all the pressures of the day go. Don't even think about tomorrow, those of us who work tomorrow. Take another deep breath, fill the lungs to capacity. Let the freshly oxygenated blood flow through all the capillaries, all the finer cells and blood vessels in the body, re-energizing and rejuvenating all of the cells. Focus on the breath now as you exhale. We inhale once more. Fill the lungs to capacity and hold the breath if you can for the count of 8. And just relax. Let the body roll in and relax. To the center of the forehead now, instill that murti, or that image of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha. And we turn the eyes upward, with them closed, glorifying His feet, His lotus feet. Om Nam Ganapataye Namaha. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Sri Guru Charana Kamale Namo Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sarvamangalamangale Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendra तेहि के कारज सकल शुभ सिद्धि करे हनुमान। लाल देव लाली लसे और हर लाल लखो वज्र देव दानव दलन जय 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 कपिसो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। मूकं करोति वाचालं अंगुं लंघयते यत् कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दं माधवम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। प्रिंस भगवान वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Let us now recite the 3 recitations of the Maha Mantra, Sri Gayatri Mantra. Can we sit upright? Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat। Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat। Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat। प्रेम से बोल श्री गायत्री माता महारानी की जय। Let us place our palms of our hands like this on our thighs, and as we sit upright, we go into 1 minute of absolute silence, mauna. And as we go into this silence, I would like you to focus on your breath. Focus on that inhalation, exhalation of the breath, devotees. And also it's a good time, if you haven't done so already, turn off those beautiful ringtones on your cell phone so we can concentrate for the next 90 minutes or so. Hari Om. Hari Om. Let us focus our attention now to the feet of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, Prathama Puji Vinayaka, as we invite him this morning to be part of the satsang, to bless this satsang, this precious holy ashram, Sanatan, Dharam, Mandir, and all those devotees who have come from near and far, those joining us remotely as well. We say Swagatam as we sing Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Shuklam Bharanam Vishnu Shashi Bharanam Chaturbhujam Prasannavanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Agajanam Paramargam Gajananam Arnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Ganapati Bappa Moreya Mangala Murti Moreya Ganapati Bappa Moreya Mangala Murti Moreya Ganapati Bappa Moreya Mangala Murti Moreya Ganapati Bappa Moreya Ekadant Jaya Moreya Gauri Sujaya मोरया, ओ एक दंत जय मोरया, गौरी सुत जय मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया, ओ गणपति बप्पा मोरया, सिद्धिविनायक मोरया, गीतानंद मोरया, सिद्धि विनायक मोरया, गीतानंद मोरया, एक दंत जय मोरया, गौरी सुत जय मोरया, ओ एक दंत जय मोरया, गौरी सुत जय मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, विघ्न विनाशक मोरया, जय गुरुवेश्वर मोरया, विघ्न विनाशक मोरया, जय गुरुवेश्वर मोरया, गजानन जय मोरया, विद्याधारी मोरया, ओ गजानन जय मोरया, विद्यावारिधि मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगलमूर्ति मोरया, दुर्गता जय मोरया, दुर्गता जय मोरया, दुर्गता जय मोरया, दुर्गता जय मोरया, कृपा सिंधु जय मोरया, बुद्धि विधाता मोरया, ओ कृपा सिंधु जय मोरया, बुद्धि विधाता मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया, भवानी नंदन मोरया, जय शिव नंदन मोरया, भवानी नंदन मोरया, जय शिव नंदन मोरया, जय मोहन मोरया, अष्टविनायक मोरया, जय गुरु मोरया, अष्टविनायक मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया। प्रेम से बोल गजानन स्वामी की जय।
Ready? You wanted to do something for Guru? You wanted to do an offering for Guru, right? Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
For our Guru offering, so we go Bhagwan Sri Ganesha first, then we go to Guru, and then we go to Mataji. So this morning, Pandit, my brother Pandit ji, who I've known for many years, and we used to attend the same Mandir, for those of you who don't know, back in Fort Lauderdale, and his family will conduct this part of the bhajan this morning as a dedication to the feet of the Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Jai Gurudev. Go ahead, Gurudev.
जय गुरु ओंकारा जय जय सद्गुरु ओंकारा जय गुरु ओंकारा जय जय सद्गुरु ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिवा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिवा
Praise the Lord, Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai. I want you to put your hands together for this young lady Vinaya who was singing in front of us here today. The future of Sanatan Dharam Mandir. Praise the Lord, Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you, my brother Pandit, for that wonderful rendition of that Guru Bhajan. Today being Sunday morning, a bhajan that we grew up with. I think many of us who would come from the islands, Trinidad, Guyana, Suriname, even Fiji, would have something called Sunday morning service. We used to call it Sunday morning satsang at the temples. Most temples, you know, during the week everyone's busy with school and work and so forth. So Sunday morning we find ourselves in the temple. Sometimes 9 o'clock, 9 to 11, so, you know, and then you have the rest of the day free. And one of the bhajans that was instilled at a very tender age, and in some cases some of us also attended schools that were run by the Sanatan Dharam Mahasabha, and you know, they taught us Hinduism. And a bhajan that resonates even today is one that speaks and one that glorifies Surya Narayan Bhagavan. And it speaks of the day, it speaks of the time, it speaks of the upliftment. And this is what Sunday morning, especially on a Sunday morning, we come to temple, we go to church or masjid or whatever the case may be. And Krishti, if you can lead the reverb as this, we'd be great. Thank you. Let it resonate. Check. 1, 2, thank you. That's perfect. That's good. I'm good for the rest of it. Come on, thank you. The bhajan, it says, Aaj andhere mein hai hum insan. Gyan ka suraj chapka de Bhagavan. Who's Suraj? The sun. As we worship Surya Narayan this morning, we sing a beautiful bhajan. I'd like all of you to blend your voices, Vinaya, and you will chorus with us. Aaj andhere mein hai hum insan. ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान. Surya Narayan Bhagavan ki Jai. Once again, Swagatam to all our Pandits this morning. I bow to your lotus feet, to our elders, respected elders, to all of those joining us virtually as well, to my parents who are probably listening down in Trinidad, my father, Pitaji Pandit Shri Tulsi Prasadji, and my mother, Miss Grace Prasadji. I bow to you subliminally, seeking your blessings and your grace. To all the musicians who have come session after session, doing such an amazing job, I'd like to ask you to give them a lovely round of applause, please. All our musicians and singers, Kirtan group. To you, the members of the public, members of this beautiful Sanatan Dharam Mandir and other Mandirs who are here with us, thank you for joining us and making this a beautiful yagya indeed. 3 sessions of bliss, 3 sessions of bhakti, and certainly a lot of gyan, a lot of knowledge being shared back and forth, a lot of good questions, great questions, even from the children, night after night that we have encountered. It's always a blessing to be with us, be with you all here at Sanatan Dharam Mandir. We look forward to coming back time after time and to sit with you, to share in the glories of our beautiful scriptures. This morning's katha is one that is focused on Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. Now you would ask the question, we just came out of Pitru Paksh, we just completed Navratri. Last night we had our session on Dussehra or Ramayan, the destruction of Ravan. We focus now on Shiva because in a couple of days, and maybe Baba will give me the correct date, I think it's on Wednesday or Thursday of next week, we start the month of Kartik. No? Yes. So this 30-day period of Kartik, perhaps one of the most auspicious times in the Hindu calendar for worship of Bhagwan. Now, in certain places, Bhagwan Shiva is worshipped, certain places, Bhagwan Kartikeya. Who is Kartikeya, by the way? How is he related to Lord Shiva? Cousin? Son, yes. And this month is auspicious for, so Navratri symbolizes the second, the Sharadiya Navratri symbolizes the new year. So now, ridding the mind, body and soul of impurities. It is written in our scriptures that during this 30 days, married women in a home should perform puja to Mother Tulsi. For what? For prosperity, for happiness, progeny, for peace, for bliss. And the puja is very simple. A Tulsi plant seated somewhere in the house, perhaps in the front of the house where it belongs, at the entrance. And every morning, basically place a ghee, listen carefully, a ghee diya, light the ghee diya, place it onto the root of the Tulsi. We offer flowers to her, perfume. Whenever you offer perfume to Tulsi Mata, the plant, you don't spray the leaves, you spray it on the ground, because the alcohol content in the perfume will dry the leaves or dry the tree. You place chandan, you put saffron and sindur, a flower, and then agarbatti. And then you walk around with the diya, the wife or the mother of the home, walk around that plant 9 times. And what do you chant? Om Shri Vrindavanye Namaha. We're calling one of the names of Baki Vrindavan Bihari Lal, or Lord Vishnu. And for that 30 days, it requires fasting, of course. Fasting and your dedication to Tulsi Mata. And at the end of that 30-day period, on the night of Kartik, that full moon night, you have to go to the ocean, or you have lakes or rivers, and you make an offering of fruits with flowers into the water, and you're offering that now to who? Ganga Maya. And that, devotees, creates for an entire year to come prosperity, dhan, happiness, food in your home, prosperity and peace. If you have never done this puja, I urge you, start. This is a good time to do this. It is for the benefit of your family. Prem se bolo Shri Tulsi Mata Maharani ki Jai, Kartikeya Bhagavan ki Jai. This morning, as we have created, you see beautifully how you all got together and we sung Aaj and Bihede. You listened to how beautiful that bhajan was? Not me, it was all of us. And by you putting your voices, and especially our little vocalist Vinaya, putting her voice to this beautiful bhajan and giving it a very sweet sur, as we call it. Sur means the sound of music. This morning, we glorify Bhagwan Shiva. Let the floodgates of devotion open spiritually, bhakti, as this yagya is a bhakti yagya, and flow continuously. We engulf in our entire planet this morning with love for Bhagwan Shiva. Glory to you, O Lord Shiva, the bhajan says, who is most loving and giving, and who is the Lord and Master of this body, and to give up joy to the entire world. Daily, O Lord, we seek your knowledge, and we seek your guidance. We meditate upon you, O Bholenath. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Karapur Garam Karunavataram Samsar Saram Bhujage Praharam Sada Vasantam Hridayar Vinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Jai Bhola Bhandari Shiva Har, Jai Bhola Bhandari. Jai Bhola Bhandari Shiva Har, Jai Bhola Bhandari. Jai Kailashpati Shiva Shankar, सब जग के हितकारी भोला. जय भोला भंडारी शिवा हर, जय भोला भंडारी. निश दिन तेरा ध्यान करे, सुमिरे मंत्र निहारा. हे शिव शंकर मंत्र लगाओ, पूरे घर उजियारा. नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर. कृपा करो त्रिपुरारी हे भोला. जय भोला भंडारी शिव हर, जय भोला भंडारी. जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर. सब जग के हितकारी. जय भोला भंडारी शिव हर, जय भोला भंडारी. शंखनाद से शांत जगाकर स्वर संगीत बहाया. युग युग से प्रीति नादे ऐसा कमर बजाया. तेरी याद भुलाते जग में, तेरी याद भुलाते जग में. दुख पावे संसारी हे भोला. जय भोला भंडारी शिव हर, जय भोला भंडारी. तीनों ताप हरण कर लेगा, ये त्रिशूल तिहारा. तेरा नाम जपने से जग में मिलता मोती वारा. महादेव पर ब्रह्म विधाता, महादेव पर ब्रह्म विधाता. आए शरण तिहारी हे भोला. जय भोला भंडारी शिव हर, जय भोला Devotees, whenever you hear Jaikar, Namo Parvate Pachaye Hara Hara Mahadev, please turn to the Shivlingam, or if you're not in the temple, or if you're outside anywhere, look for the northeast, that is where Mount Kailash is, and we salute Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. Let's try it again now. Namo Parvate Pachaye Hara Hara Mahadev. This is how we reap the blessings of Holy Name. Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa once said, religion is a search for self-knowledge, a search for God that is within. We should not think of ourselves as being needed to be saved, he says, not contradicting any other beliefs. We are never lost because God is right here. At worst, we are living in ignorance of our true nature when we fail to realize that God is within us. Find God, he says. That is the only purpose in life, to find God. A highly philosophical composition, which we are going to go into this morning in detail, is called the Nirvana Shatakam, or Atma Shatakam. It is one of the gems that was composed by the philosopher Sat Sri Adi Shankaracharya. This Shatakam explains the highest state of consciousness that one can achieve. The Nirvana Shatakam answers the most important question that we ask ourselves all the time. Main kaun hu? Who am I? Am I Pandit Neil Persad in this physical body? Am I Pandit Neil Persad when you go onto social media, you'll see videos and so forth, postings? Or am I Pandit Neil Persad, this physical body, but the Atma is whom? It belongs to whom? Paramatma, correct? I always use this analogy, in this world today we have all these things. We have AI, we have artificial intelligence, robots, technology doing everything. But you think AI could ever create an Atma? A soul? Can a soul be made in a factory somewhere in China? Nothing against the Chinese. It is so unique. Bhagwan Shri Krishna tells us in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 23, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledyo yantyapo, na shoshati marutaha. This Atma that belongs to every single one of us is part and parcel of Bhagwan. It has no race, it has no creed, it has no color, it has no caste, it does not have a passport, it does not belong to any country. Simply, it belongs to Paramatma. Many of the Pandits will tell you, when we sometimes go into the ICU to perform the final rites of someone who is on their final hours or minutes perhaps, or sometimes even at the last breath we are there. Sometimes you ask people, in their dying stages, and I'm not condemning anybody, please, can you utter the name of Rama, Krishna, whatever beliefs you are? No, they will do this. You see, if you don't practice it from now, like our little ones, our young ones here, how can you do it at that stage? It's something that has to be embedded in us. And until we understand my kaun who am I, then one should not fear what is yet to come on the other side, so to speak, when that expiration date comes. You see, the great Adi Shankaracharya of the 8th century, he summarized the entirety of Advaita Vedanta, is called, non-dualistic philosophy, in only 6 standards, and we are going to sing all 6 of them this morning. Dvaitya means two, or dual. Advaitya means not two, it's only one. And this states that everything that we perceive in the universe, the objects, the animals, plants, you and I, we are all a reflection of the others. So if we are in fact a reflection of each other and a part and parcel of God, then why is it that we point fingers? And where the other 3 pointed back? So you see, we go back to things like judgment, finding faults with each other. All of us are one supreme cosmic consciousness, make no mistake. There is no other, no Dvaitya, so to speak. If you have ever questioned, who am I truly? What is my essence? This Shatakam is the answer. You see, devotees, when we extinguish or remove, whatever we extinguish or remove, all that is temporary. Temporary things like money, fame, relationship, or even the body itself. What remains is the soul. On our katha last night, that fellow called Ravan, He didn't want to relieve himself or relinquish himself of anything. His most pride and joy, pride, was his abhiman, his ego. And that brought him to his demise, as you remember in the Katha. You see, the nature of the individual soul or Atma that exists in every single one of us is that reflection of the Supreme One. And it's an auspicious one. It's based on divinity, and it's based on an existence called Paramatma or Parabrahma. Brahman is the truth, is the only truth, says Adi Shankara in this Nirvana Shatakam. Now, Brahman is different from Brahma or Brahmin. Brahma is the God of creation. Brahmin is the word used for a person in pursuit of knowledge and self-realization, whereas Brahman is not a being. It is the underlying essence of everything that is supremely divine. It is said that when Adi Shankaracharya was a young boy, only of 8 years old, Vinaya, how old are you now? You see, not even Vinaya's age, 7. He was only 8 years old, but he was wandering on this river called Narmada. Doing what? Looking for his guru, seeking to find his first guru. And who did he encounter? He encountered a great sage by the name of Govinda Bhagavatapad, who asked him, "Son, tum kaun ho? Who are you?" And Adi Shankaracharya responded with this Atma Shatakam. The 6 verses introducing himself as the Atma or the soul. By Atman, we refer to our original self, which is beyond this body and mind, intellect. Atma cannot be expressed in words, devotees. It is more subtle than words, filled with emotions and thoughts. This young 8-year-old Shankaracharya uses the process of negation, meaning to read out anything that is negative, an assertion to explain what is the Atma. And when we negate what is not the Atma, anything that does not belong as a soul, what remains is in fact the true Atma, the true soul. Getting to know ourselves, our identity, and with it is called yoga philosophy, samadhi, self-realization or enlightenment. Learning this chant and stotram will try to understand the deep meaning in a form of meditation. Now I think most of us would have been brought up singing and chanting the Sri Hanuman Chalisa, not so go like this. Right, good. In addition to the Sri Hanuman Chalisa, I would like to recommend to you on this, what's the date today? About it? 11, 12, 13? I travel so much I can't keep track of the dates. 13th of October, thank you, Lily. On this 13th day of October in the year 2024, I'm going to instill or humbly request to you that in your plethora of prayers, whether you travel to work, you drive to work, or you just have time at home, some of us work from home, include this Nirvana Shatakam into your daily prayer schedule. Just play it. It's on all YouTube and all these other social media platforms. It has so much energy and so much power that it can change the whole atmosphere in your area that you're in. The air, the atmosphere, the atoms and molecules that are around you can change because of the power of the chanting of this wonderful mantra. You'll see now, you'll experience it now this morning as we do it collectively. Trying to understand the deep meaning of this mantra is perhaps one of the most meaningful forms of meditation. The Nirvana Shatakam can be chanted at any time. There's no specific time of day, night, morning, evening, or period or time of year to chant it. Anytime, 24/7, 365. It will promote inner peace. It brings calm. And guess what? It reduces anxiety. After driving on the highways here in Houston, I don't know how you all don't have anxiety. It will reduce anxiety. And also, it reduces and removes negative emotions. It helps you let go of unwanted attachments and encourages realization to the self. It will allow you to lift yourself out of this world, this ocean of samsara, and this cycle of birth and death, which binds us together. This mantra evokes peace and joy and a lot of love in our hearts. It is especially valuable to understand the meaning of what you are chanting, devotees, as you experience the purity of devotion of this mantra. Shankaracharya is conveying to us the true nature by negating all that we think of ourselves. I am this, I am that, I am this, I have so much, etc., etc., etc. I can do this. Negate all of that, he says. And if you can analyze and objectively break apart the essence of all of these elements of the senses that I am made of, or I am not different from them, then whom do I identify with? What is my true nature? Is this journey, this Adi Shankara takes us through there. He refers to the true self as the Atma, or the soul. And what is the soul? What is the difference here? Where is it? What is its true nature? You've heard of heart surgery, knee surgery, kidney surgery, lung surgery. Have you ever heard of Atma surgery? Or soul surgery? Those doctors haven't been created yet. But there is a doctor. They are the doctors here. They understand how to perform that surgery. And it's not a surgery where you remove. They don't remove. They give. You know, one of my gurus reminded me once, he says, a true guru never takes. A true guru always gives. And these are the true gurus, devotees. Give. Shiva in Sanskrit means auspiciousness. The one supreme consciousness, the Brahman, is auspiciousness himself. Therefore, Shiva is the name used for Brahman in this mantra. Adi Shankara Acharya recites in every verse of this Shatakam that the true nature of the Jiva Atma is Shiva. He firmly states that our soul is a reflection of Brahman, and it will truly shine forth as Brahman within each of us when we can realize the truth and our purpose on this earth. Many times you'll ask certain people, you ask them, what is your purpose in life? Some of the responses are like this: well, to eat, drink, and be merry. That is my purpose in life. Eat, drink, and be merry. Some people tell you, my purpose in life is to accumulate and load the bank account. That is great. The purpose in life should be how to leave all of that stuff right here, all the bank accounts and everything, because none of that is going with us. And only understand how to get to that next level. Like when you board an airplane with only a carry-on, no check baggage. You're very light and less heavy. You just go very easily, you travel and you get to your destination. Brothers and sisters, he says in the mantra, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. I am present in everywhere. The underlying principle of everything, behind all the sense organs, Shiva. Let me give you a good real-life example to understand this. Let's take the internet. We're all familiar with the internet. We can't live without the internet. It connects almost all the human beings in this entire world, because I think most of us have not, if not 1, 2 cell phones. That works off the internet again. Cell signals through the internet. It is therefore connected to all the information about all things happening in so many countries. When something happens in the Far East now, you could, within a matter of seconds, it transmits all over cell phones across the world by using the waves of the internet. We know that artificial intelligence, using this connectivity, can orchestrate many events across the world simultaneously, like for example, launching a rocket, performing microsurgery, and to mix music for an event. We do not question the possibility of micromanagement with this concept. However, imagine the intelligence in a universal scale now. All of creation, not just humans, connected to one supreme cosmic force, but all creations, 84 million types. Remember, consciousness is manifested from this devotion. Every occurrence is an occurrence within Brahman, and every experience is an experience in Brahman. He continues, he says, I am present everywhere. God is everywhere. Enveloping all and controlling all of our sense organs, Adi Shankaracharya. In Bhagavad Gita, if we draw a reference, when Bhagavan Shri Krishna revealed his true form to Arjuna in the Kurukshetra war, through the Vishnu Rupa Darshan, Arjuna sees in a gigantic form Krishna, all of the universes, all the time, all the suns, all the planets, and all the creatures of this world, the wars, the births and the deaths. He hears what he hears and he sees what he sees. He sees what they see. He also feels their feelings, tastes their food and their happiness, the sadness and the rage. Krishna, stop. Please save me, he says.
I fear you. Arjuna is saying this to Lord Krishna. He says, I fear you. And he cries out loudly. Such is the majesty of Brahman. No explanation can do any justice. And no mortal can bear to truly see this. Yet, this immense cosmos that we speak about, this consciousness, is nothing else but bliss. And if we approach this with surrender and love, the soul can look at it and merge with that Paramatma, feeling one as the great seers of Shankaracharya Ji. This morning we'll sing very gently, very slowly. Not hold, we will sing it as a mantra together. If you have Google Baba, you can Google it. It's called the Nirvana Shatakam by Shankaracharya Ji. The meaning, we'll sing it verse by verse. The meaning, the first one, it says, I am not the mind, nor the intellect, nor the ego, nor the reflections of the inner self, the chitta. I am not the five senses. I am beyond that. I am not the ether nor the earth, nor the fire nor the wind, the five elements. I am indeed that eternal knowing and bliss. I am Shiva, pure love and consciousness. The chorus of this is Chidananda Rupa. Sing. Again. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Mano Buddhya Hankar Chittanina Najan Slota Jihave Najan Grahanitri Nacha Bhyu Bhumir Natejo Namayu. Everybody. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Again. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The next verse says, neither can I be termed as energy or prana, nor the five breaths, the vayus, nor the seven material essences, nor the five coverings, the panchakoshas. Neither am I the five instruments of elimination, procreation. I am indeed the eternal knowing and bliss, love and consciousness. I am Shiva. Nacha prana sanjo nave panchavayu nava sapt dhatur nava panchakosha nava pani padam nachopastapayu. Everybody. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Again. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The third verse says, I have no hatred or dislike. I repeat, I have no hatred or dislike, nor affiliation or liking, nor greed, nor delusion, nor pride, nor haughtiness, nor feelings of envy or jealousy. I have no duty except for Dharma, nor any money, nor desire, karma, nor even liberation. I am needed, that eternal knowing and bliss. I am love and pure consciousness. I am Shiva. The third verse. Name Shrago Melu Bhamoha Madhu Neva Neva Matsya Bhava Na Dharmo Na Chartho Na Kamo Na Moksha. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Again. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The fourth verse. I have neither merit, virtue, nor demerit. I do not commit sins or good deeds, nor have happiness or sorrow, pain or pleasure. I do not need mantras or holy places or scriptures, rituals or sacrifices. I am none of the triad of the observer who experiences the process of observing or experiencing any object, being observed or experienced. I am indeed the eternal knowing and bliss, Shiva, the love and pure consciousness. I am Shiva. Na punyam, na papam, na saukyam, na dukkham, na mantro, na tirtham, na veda, na yajya. Aham bhojanam neva bhojam na bhotam.
Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham again. Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham. The fifth verse says, I do not have fear of death. I repeat, I do not have the fear of death, as I do not have death. He says, I have no separation from my true self, no doubt amongst existence. He speaks about the soul, the Atma. Nor have I any discrimination on the basis of birth. I have no father, no mother, nor did I have a birth. I am not the relative, nor the friend, nor the guru, not even the disciple. I am indeed that eternal knowing and bliss of love and pure consciousness. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. He says, Na me prentu shankana ne jati vena pitaneva meneva mata na janma na bandhur na mrityam gurur neva shishyam Chidananda rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The final verse. I am all pervasive. I am without any attributes. I am without any form. I have neither attachment to this world, he says, nor liberation. I have no wishes for anything. I repeat, I have no wishes for anything because I am everything, everywhere, every time, always in equilibrium. I am indeed that eternal knowing and bliss of love and pure consciousness. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. He says, Aham nirvikalpo nirakar rupo vibhutvac sarvatra sarvendriyanam nacha sanghatam neva muktirna meyava Chidananda rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Shivaya Rudraya Namaha Shivaya Rudraya Namaha Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Brothers and sisters, these few verses can be a tremendous value to the progress in contemplating of the practices that leads us to self-realization. This is our goal. And for the youth and the children, focus on your studies. Put in the hours and do the very best that you can. Do it while you have the time. Your parents and elders, their sacrifice, all they want is the best for you. Be all that you can be, but remember, education is for life and not just for mere living. Education should enable you to distinguish between right and wrong to our children. And when you promote humility, like this Mandir, starting from our top, Pandit, an ocean of humility and peace. Give you a good example. My wife and I, we had some relatives that visited for the first time last night. They live here in Houston. First time they came to Sanatan, Dharam, Mandir. And when they were leaving, her cousin said to me, he says, Pandit says is so nice and humble. I said, don't get him vexed. Huh? It is true. Baba, we bow to you with your humility. Because of you, this Mandir will continue to flourish and shine. May your ancestors, whatever good that they have done to elevate you to this position, they are certainly smiling this morning. Bhagwan Krishna's blessings to you and your family, Pandit. When you become educated, Vinaya, it should enable you to serve your parents and your country, your community, your Mandir in such a way that it is selfless. You don't look for anything in return. When you do something for the Mandir, don't go back home and ask Mommy, can you take me shopping? Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba tells us, how do we connect with God? Many people ask me, Babs, how can I connect with God? I'll give you a good example, real world example. A good friend of mine, he was in his early 30s, young, newly married couple. And his wife passed away because of a very critical disease.
And during his mourning, you know, when you were performing the final rites, he held on to the coffin and he's saying, Babs, my brother, does it really have a God? And he's shaking like this. Tell me now, does it have a God? Would a real God do this, take my wife away from me? This is reality. I've seen this and witnessed it with my own eyes. How can a Pandit respond to something like that? When you're put in a position like this. Does it have a God? Why would a God take my wife? Look, my child, motherless now. This is where Nirvana Shatakam comes in. We all have an expiration date. Let's get that straight. Just like products in our pantry from the grocery shelves. They all have an expiration date, so do we. We don't know it. We don't know it. If there was some way or formula, maybe AI can tell us of when you're going to expire, that'd be a good thing. It will change the game, wouldn't it? But devotees, how do we connect with God? By the way, my answer to my brother was that, Bhaiya, God knows best. Today he's in a better place, but God knows best. Her time, her karmic duties were complete. She was finished and now she had to go to the next mission. So Bhagavan says, okay, expiration, time is expired, come on back home. Brothers and sisters, remember these 3 W's. Work, worship, and wisdom. 3 W's, Baba tells us. Work. Work is a selfless path, or the path to selfless service. That is called Karma Yoga. Bhagavad Gita teaches us this. Worship is the path to devotion. That is called Bhakti Yoga. We are doing a Bhakti Yagya this weekend. And wisdom is the path to self-inquiry and knowledge. Who am I? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? That is called Gyaan Yoga. Come to Mandir, children. Come to Mandir. And by the way, Babs, they have the cousins have 2 small kids. They are mixed religions. But they were so impressed last night. They sat down, they listened to Katha, they felt the love that's in Sanatan Mandir. And they will be here to come and listen to you. And I looked for you. We put their control or command in your hands for guidance and their blessings, I'm sure. And the other Pandits too as well. Learn from each other. Learn bhajans. Learn an instrument. Learn how to play an instrument. I admire my brother Chris. A couple of weeks ago he called me, he says, Babs, I'm in a music store and I'm confused, I need your help. He said, Babs, I've been coming to this music store for the past 2 years and I'm looking at this keyboard. He said, you're going to buy a new car. He said, Babs, I want to buy this keyboard. I said, buy it, boy, what's stopping you? So he called me back the next day. He went back to the store and he said, Babs, I just bought the keyboard. There's the keyboard right there. He said, know what he did? He says, we may not have anyone in the audience who is fluent on the keyboard, but I'm sure everybody is trying to make a difference. And this is how you encourage. Put it in front of the children. Put the instruments in front of the children. I was giving somebody the story last night, how I learned to play keyboards and piano and so forth. My mom is probably listening and she's probably going to laugh. When I was a little, not even 7 years old, I was 4 years old. My dad bought this huge piano, Yamaha grand piano, and put it in the living room for my mom to learn music. She had a music teacher and everything. Mom can probably only play 2 notes up to today. She's about 86 years old. God bless her. But as a young child, I couldn't reach the fretboard, so I had to climb up on the piano stool, lift up the cover, which by the way, the cover was very heavy. If it fell on my hands, it would probably crush my fingers. Lift the cover and started playing 1 note. So my parents went out one day and they came back home. And to their surprise, somebody was playing the piano and this song was Ek Pyar Ka Nagma Hai on 1 finger. My father and mother rushed upstairs to see who was playing. And to their astonishment, it was me. But the fact that they had brought the piano in the house encouraged me to go and start playing it. And from that, it morphed into harmonium and morphed to playing in the temple and into other places. This is how we start, devotees. Create that opportunity. Another example. I'm going to give you some real-life examples here. There was a school in Trinidad called Bharatiya Vidya Sansthan, BBS. It was formed by the late, great Sri Professor H.S. Adesh. And he created little music schools in all the primary schools in Trinidad, all over the country, where there were pockets of Hindus living. And we were fortunate to attend one or 2 years, my Dulhin also. And in those days, we could not afford harmoniums. Harmoniums were not prevalent. Only the Ramayana groups and some of the temples had harmoniums in Trinidad. I'm not sure if it was the same in Guyana. And the children could not, you dare not touch the harmonium. It was, oh, no, you can't, you'll break it. I'm telling you, on God and it's true. Do not touch my instrument, you'll break it. No, the children are not allowed to play with that. But little did they know, my daddy was the leader of the Ramayana group. And all the instruments used to come home by week. So when nobody looking, I will go and I will play my harmonium, you know. But no, in real life devotees, you have to create an opportunity for the children. Buy the instruments and put it. Pray to Saraswati Mata, the knowledge will come. There are so many tutors, there are so many gurus on YouTube today. I will vouch for them that are good. You spend the time. Doesn't take rockets. Listen. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni. And sa is repeated twice. So 7 notes. How long is it going to take you to memorize where the 7 notes are? It's so easy. It's so simple. Yet when you look at a keyboard, 40-something notes, it looks complicated. Simplify it. Break it down. Make it simple. And give them the opportunity. The children are our future. The next time I come back to Sanatan, Dharam, Mandir, I hope to see all of these children playing music. And I commend Pandit. Pandit has been, give them a lovely round of applause. This family dedicated. When Pandit moved from Florida over to Houston 2 years ago, he messaged me one day. He said, Babs, I'm looking for a Mandir to go to. I said, contact my brother Chris. And he will tell you, this is how this meeting came. And this doesn't happen by accident. I didn't do it and he didn't do it. It was willed by Bhagwan. If, as he says, so shall it be. Brothers and sisters, to the children again. Learn this, learn bhajans, learn to sing bhajans. If you don't know how to sing a bhajan, put it on YouTube. Almost everything is there, I vouch for it. And listen and come back and sing, but also learn to sing properly and sing the correct words. Very important. Be in the company of those who want to help others. Not in the company of those who ill speak or harm others. When you hear people ill speaking others, let's ask for excuse, say Jai Shri Ram or Jai Shri Krishna and move away. It is better for your karma, it's also better for your energy, because that can pull you down. You can go home feeling very heavy when you take on, I call it, excuse my French, nonsense like that. Be in the company of others who want to help others and not harm others. Read good books. Read good books. If you're going to watch TV and so forth, make sure it is satvic, make sure it is good shows, not violence. Do service in your schools, in your workplaces, in your communities, and most of all, the underlying statement, love all and serve all. In closing this morning, during the pandemic in 2019, Bhagwan gave me an opportunity to reach out to the masses using social media, perhaps one of the first social media broadcasts there were. It started in 2019. I started a series called Shivoham, based on the concept of Nirvana Shatakam, Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. Our opening mantra, opening prayer was always the Nirvana Shatakam. It is about 100 and some episodes. You can go and watch it on YouTube. It's still there. And during this 2-hour segment, which was twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which we would have on radio and TV and so forth, there was a segment called Growing Pearls of Kindness. Growing Pearls of Kindness geared to whom? The children, because during the pandemic, the children were lost. There was the temples were closed, churches, mosques, etc. were closed. People were looking for an avenue to reach God, to reach bliss, to reach happiness in Bhakti and in Dharma. And this was a forum for it. There were so many young children here at the Mandir over the past 3 sessions. So I thought I'd do this final piece as a story for them. So, Vinaya, there's a final exam after this, so I want you to pay attention. Okay? All the young children, I'd like you to listen to this. This story is titled, remember, he's omnipresent. He's all over. Mommy, daddy, everybody. He's all over. Right? There was a fellow by the name of Thiru Pandit. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. And once he happened to visit a very famous pilgrim center, dedicated, of course, to Bholinath. And after the darshan of Bhagwan Shiva, he felt that he was too exhausted and weak to go any further. And therefore he decided not to spend the night in the temple itself. Long ago when we had Bhagavad and Ramayana and so forth back home, all the sadhus except mine, they would line up, they would sleep on the floor, on the stage where the Bhagavad was taking place. That was a blessing. They were sanctifying the sound. Now, early in the morning, the priest or the Pandit entered the temple with a pot full of water to perform Abhishekam to Bhagwan Shiva, Shivlingam Abhishekam. To his utter consternation or to surprise, he found an aged man sleeping right in front of the shrine with his legs stretched towards Bhagwan Shiva. Sometimes, we go into satsang and so forth, and they'll tell you, don't stretch your foot towards the murti or the picture and stuff like that. Listen to this now. He was very surprised by this. The old man's foot was stretched, almost touching the lingam. He got wild at his side. He became angry, and he sprinkled some water on the face of the old man. If you want to wake somebody up, you throw water on them. So he sprinkled some water on the face of the old man. But there was no sign of movement when he sprinkled the water. So he bent down and tried to lift the old man's legs. Immediately, the old man opened his eyes, and he addressed the priest now, my dear son. Not, hey, what you disturb me for? No, my dear son. He says, why are you pulling my legs? Literally, pulling his legs. The priest shouted, oh, for your age, is it not shameful on your part to indulge in such a sacrilegious act of stretching your legs towards God? So he's scolding him now. How dare you put your legs towards the lingam? He says, will you place my 2 feet in a direction that you like where God is not? The old man is saying this to the Pandit, the priest. Will you place my 2 feet in a direction where you like where God is not? I shall certainly get up after a while. The priest now, he didn't want to waste any time arguing with the man. So he held the 2 feet of the man, lifted him, and placed him in the opposite direction now. So his head is by the lingam, the feet facing away. Suddenly, there sprang another lingam on by where the feet was now. So you see what is happening? The priest now tried to place the old man's feet in another direction. So this one was north, this one was south. Now just put his feet towards the east. But there again sprang up another lingam. In a minute, the place was filled with lingams. And then the priest fell at the old man's foot. And he says, "O Reverend One, you must be a realized soul. Pardon me for my insulting words and actions." And the old man got up and said, "My dear son, have you not read the scriptures that God is omnipresent? Can you limit God to a place or an image or picture or frame? Of course, we have temples, murtis and pictures of worship. But they are only to help the devotees direct their thoughts, their faith to the devotion of God or the embodiments of God in the various divine Shaktis and boundless universes. The Supreme Creator, the Almighty God, is only one, and He remembers He is omnipresent." Last night one of my godchildren came and a question was asked right here. One of my friends believes in a different form of worship and is not conducive with the fact that we have so many, and these are only some of them. There are many, many forms of God. Here is one of the reasons why we as Sanatanists worship Bhagwan in the various forms. Firstly, Lord Vishnu has how many incarnations as we know of? Another trick question. 8. Right? Bhagwan Shri Krishna being the 8th incarnation. Then Buddha. We also become Buddha, and then Kalki avatar is yet to come. So all of his incarnations, some are represented here. Rama is here, Krishna is here. Right? We also have Buddha. Now, many murtis, many temples, many pictures even, many emblems, all they do is to help the devotees channel their thoughts back to the embodiments of God. We are not here to discriminate. Brothers and sisters, the Supreme Creator, always remember this, the Almighty God is one and He's omnipresent. Now, Vinaya, how did you feel when you listen? I'm picking on you. How did you feel when you listened to? You have a beautiful name, that's why. How did you feel when you listened to the story, especially to children? Did it remind you of anything in your own lives? What did the priest or what did the Pandit do when he saw the old man sleeping in the temple? He got angry, not so? Why was the old man unable to move? Because he was deep in meditation to Bhagwan Shiva. What would you have done if you were there? What would you have done? And remember what sprung up from the ground, the lingams? I'll give you an analogy, not an analogy, but a true story about this. Not a story, it's a fact. Those of us from Trinidad will be familiar with a place called Patiram Trees in Pinang. You'll heard of it, Patiram Trees? So many years ago, we've been there many times. Many years ago, this was forest. They would plant cocoa and coffee. in this forest. No roads or anything there. And there was an old man who was with a cutlass cleaning the cocoa. He was cleaning the weeds inside and within the cocoa and coffee fields. And he came upon a little rock, a little stone like this. And upon cleaning the fields, and he hit the stone broke in two. And milk oozed out from that stone. A few months later, the old man passed away. But on that spot where that stone was, devotees, today, there's a big Shivalingam like this. The stone grows. And there's so much energy when you approach this mandir. From the time you start outside, the tears begin to flow. Why? Because you can feel the presence of Bhagwan Shiva. If ever you visit Trinidad, ask someone to take you there. Patiram Traces called it, Pinang. Beautiful Shiv Mandir. Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Brothers and sisters, I'd like you to repeat after me this morning, everybody, especially children. I know that God is always with me, everywhere and everything. I understand that what I do has an effect on others as well as myself, and that every being needs love and kindness. I will be kind to you and to everyone, to all the animals, the birds and the plants. Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Is Betty okay? Is she okay? Yeah, okay. Good. I think she was a little nervous about the final exam or the quiz that was going to come. She'll be okay. This morning, we close with this beautiful bhajan as we glorify the name of Bhagwan Shiva. I'd like all of you to please sing and chant with us. Let the sound of the damaru, his musical instrument, reverberate the name of Shiva, age after age. Karpure Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Dam 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 Bataye Shivankar Kailash Suyani Jagaye Shivankar Kailash Dam 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 Everybody, Hari Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा पहले नाग की माला माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा पहले नाग की माला दामन की धड़कन पे नाचे विष्णु का Krishna जता झूठ से झरती गंगा भव के ताप मिटाती धरती और प्यास से जीवों की नैया प्यास बुझाती धरती और प्यास से जीवों की नैया प्यास बुझाती से बरसाए शिव शंकर हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय हर 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 ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की नमो पार्वते पतये हर हर महादेव.
My dear brothers and sisters, we bring the session of devotion to a close this morning as we chant Katha Visarjana Bhutale. We sing with our voices. Let the voices together again.
कथा विसर्जन होत है सुनो वीर हनुमान रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी सदा करो कल्याण एक घड़ी यादों घड़ी हाथों में दुनिया तुलसी संघट साथ के Baba Vibhuti Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhuti Paramatma Ishtam Moksha Pradhatam Baba Vibhuti Idamashayami Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhuti Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhuti Samasta Lokar Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokar Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokar Sukhino Bhavantu Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. My dear brothers and sisters, thank you so much for having us for the past 3 sessions. It's been an absolute blessing. Every time we come to Sanatan Dharam Mandir, we feel the humility, we feel the love, and certainly always welcoming us and making us very comfortable, and certainly joining and singing. I commend all of you for singing and chanting and clapping during the sessions, and all the bhajans, especially all of the bhajanavalis who have come from near and far to sing and to join with us, and certainly all those who have helped in preparing food, etc., to make this yagya a success. We certainly look forward to joining you again very soon, and I'd like to ask you to put your hands once more for all of the musicians and singers, everyone who came night after night, and morning as well, giving their time and giving their service in the name of Sanatan Dharma. If you've captured any video clips, any pictures and so forth, please connect with me, share it with me on social media, as this is how we promote Sanatan Dharma. It's not an advertisement, but it's more to uplift and to share this beautiful Dharma that we have called Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma. Prem se bolo Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. You see, our young son there certainly agrees with me on that. Jai Bholenath. With that, I will say to you once again, Koti Koti Dhanyavad. Until we meet again, our virtual audience as well, thank you for joining us and thank you for being a part of this yagya. Until we meet again such time, I say to you, Jai Jai Sitaram Sabpuri. Next Saturday, we'll be broadcasting from the beautiful city of Orlando, where we'll be conducting a satsang. So if you are not able to travel to Orlando, you can view us online. Om Namah Shivaya.
Namaste, Ram Sitaram to all again. Once again, a beautiful session we had this morning by the blessing of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And I had promised last night that any one of you would like to come and receive your blessing from Vyas. You're welcome to do so at this time. And while this is going on, we'll have chanting of Trayambike, Yajamahi, Sugandhi, Pushki Varna, Urvagmaya, and the reason why I said it is that 2 people, one requested last night said, my father's sick, and can you say a little prayer for my father? And so that came to my mind. And then also, in my village back home, there's a family that has a store, grocery store, and they have done a wonderful thing for people who are poor. When you don't have money, you go to the store and they'll give you credit and you'll pay when you have. The daughter of that store owner passed away in Florida. And anytime I go, or we go to Guyana to perform yagna, although she's here, she sent a message to one of her relatives over there to give $100 by Persad for the Mandir in Hampshire while we do yagna. And so she has passed away, and because of the kindness this morning, while chanting this, also, God worked in mysterious way sometime. In the backyard of my sister, there's a betel tree, and the storm came, and you know what happened to the trees when the storm comes, and branches break off, and she said to herself, maybe I'll cut off all the leaves from these branches, and I'll bring it come to Houston, and everybody will have a chance to put 1 leaf on the lingam. Last time, if you go to the lingam, you'll see 108 of the leaf cover the lingam. This morning she brought some more, and if there's some left there and you would like to go there and take one and put it on the lingam, it is for your good fortune. And so while the chanting is going on, anyone who would like to come to Baba and have his darshan, you can do so at this time. And then we'll close. And those of us who have been Persad, at this time I want you to come forward in Persad, together everybody, and Pandit will set up the Persad to Bhagwan, and chanting is going on. Principal Krishna Bhagwan Bhakti Gyaan.
Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvaruthameva Vandana Mrityo Mukshyamarika Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvaruthameva Vandana Mrityo Mukshyamarika Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvaruthameva Vandana Mrityo Mukshyamarika Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvaruthameva Vandana Mrityo
दिवलिंगी और वेप्रत Subramanya Shri Kartik Kumar Ki Jai Sharamanya. You know, we have chanted so much auditorium come Nike Yajnamahe to Bhagwan Shiva. It is unfair for us not to call Bhagwan Shiva Ram name. So Bhaiji, Pradipji, can we have Ram Aenge? As we put Pradipji is getting Bhagwan Shiva Ram Aenge, we will. I would like to say on behalf of the Sanatan Dharma Mandir and to all the devotees, the ones who are, all the members who are here in this Mandir also, I can only emphasize how much content and how much of divine love and affection that I had in the last 3 days that having the Vyasa who have given us an expound knowledge into our discourse, into our scriptures. We are just so much humbled, Vyasji, for your knowledge, and Bhagwan continue to grace you and grace your Mataji and Pitaji, and your third generation, many generations of your family too. Yeah. So we are from the great knowledge of our dear ancestors. They influence us in so many different ways that we cannot even comprehend some of these things. But nevertheless, Bhagwan, with the divinity within himself and us, as we expound those things, Bhagwan continue to grace you and bless you. Vyasji. Thank you. Vyas Maharaj ki Jai. So we have this bhajan from Bhagwan Shri Ram.
मेरे झोपड़ी की बात हाथ छूट जाएंगे राम आएंगे मेरी झोपड़ी की बात हाथ छूट जाएंगे राम आएंगे राम आएंगे आएंगे राम आएंगे राम आएंगे आएंगे राम आएंगे मेरी झोपड़ी की बात हाथ छूट जाएंगे राम आएंगे राम आएंगे
like to also, sisters and brothers, acknowledge the fact that we have Pandit Kumar here, who has been with us on a tremendous occasion, and we would like to touch his feet, but Bhagwan Gracious Panditji, and of course my colleague Pandit Sesar, who has been here, and there's not enough words that I can express to tell you how much he has been with you all in this community, and the love that he has shared with you all continuously. We can only grow this community exponentially, and most of anything else, as we can harbor our love and our closeness together within the community itself. We can join together and do so. I would say to you that may we all continue to grace each other and share this community love that we have within our Mandir, Sanatan, Dharma, more so than anything else. But it says, would you like to say a few words? So, you know, we had this brotherly love for many, many years going back anyway. But since sisters here, I can express this to you. Just take 2 minutes anyway of your time. That I may have shared this to you all before. When our Guruji, Pandit Sanantawari, was ascended to the Dharma in Florida, I had privilege to drive all the way from Houston to Florida myself without having to stop, of course, and fill gas. But most of anything else, these two guys was driving, going to, I think it was on our way back, wasn't that? When we was coming back, and nevertheless, where it was going to come in doesn't matter. But these two grown-up men was sitting in a car just driving and going on our business. And while I was driving, my colleague here from the States was feeding me along. You know, of course, I drive with one hand, you know, and said that hand for my colleague here to eat this chip, you know. So, nevertheless, this is the bond and the love that we have shared, not now, but it has been established for many, many years when we had this whole building back here. And many of the members you have seen here, Janet and many of Bayun and many of them who are here, that have really put together a structure to see what you have seen, to enjoy this ambience, to enjoy this moment and time here together. We'll continue to do so, because before you and I have gotten here, there was others who were here before we would be here. It's important that whatever it is that we do here now, that we can cast forward the things that can be a privilege for the generation to come. So we must always expand on that and have that as a focal for the things that we need to do in ourselves. More than anything else, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Bhagwan grace you, the Devi Mata grace you. Bhagwan grace you in multitude for you all to be here and to share with us in this multiple time. Vyasji, I would like for you to do the closing.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let us all please stand for final arati. Om Sajan Javad Samyuktam Vahinayojitam Maya Deepam Grihanadevasya Trailokyam Timirapaham Yani Kani Chapapani Janmayantarkitani Cha Anitani Vinashyanti Pradakshanam Pade Pade Jai Shiva Omkara Prabhu Hare Shiva Omkara Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva Armani Hara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Jai Shiva Omkara Jai Shiva Omkara Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva Brahma Vishnu Sadashiva Now that we have journeyed all the way up to Mount Kailash, Bhaiya, what's your name?
Dharam.
Dharam. Dharamji, thank you, Dhanyavad. Now that we have journeyed all the way up to Mount Kailash, we must come back to reality to it. Devotees, clasp your hands and beautiful picture Bhagavan Shiva is standing in front of us this morning as we give him praise and thanks. O Shivaji, Shivaji, Shivaji sukh ka sagar hai, sukh karta, dukh harta, pavan paramatma hai. Shivaji, 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 sukh sagar hai. Tumeva mata, chapita tumeva, tumeva bandhus chasana tumeva, tumeva vidya Dravinam tumeva, tumeva sarvam Mahadeva Deva, Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. From truth, lead us on to truth. From darkness, lead us on to light. And from death, lead us on to eternity. Maryada Purushottam Bhagavan Ram Chandra Ji Prabhu, your name was help the blind to see, the handicapped to climb the highest mountain, O Lord, and the deaf for them to speak. Prabhu, we come before you this morning, we ask that your darshan be upon this mandir, this community, this parivar, and those joining us online as well, and all over this world today, O Lord. We ask that your guiding hands be upon them, Lord. Mirvinti suno era, 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 paramam pavitram bhava vibhuti, paramam vichitram leela vibhuti, paramatma isha moksha praratam bhava vibhuti idamasyami, paramam pavitram bhava vibhuti, paramam vichitram leela vibhuti. Shiva Hare, Shiva Rama Sake Prabhu, Trividuta Panivar Devu, Adjaneshwar Yadav Pahiman, Shiva Hare, Vijayam Kuru Devanam, Kamalalochana Ramadayamidhi, Araguru Gratarakshaka Gopale,
शिवतनो भव शंकर पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् ॐ मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनो हरि ॐ द्योः शान्तिः अन्तरिक्षकं शान्तिः पृथ्वी शान्तिः आकाश शान्तिः औषधिवा शान्तिः वनस्पते शान्तिः ब्रह्मा शान्तिः विश्वदेवा शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः ॐ शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की बाबा महादेव की सत्य सनातन धर्म की प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की भवानी शंकर माता की पवन पुत्र हनुमान की आके वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की सत्य सनातन धर्म मंदिर की सनातन धर्म मंदिर की सनातन धर्म मंदिर की नमो पार्वते पतये हर हर महादेव। जय शिव शंकर। धन्यवाद कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद। Thank you. God bless you. Every bhojan has been prepared for everyone. Please partake. And we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram!